are not prisoners of their fate, but only prisoners of their mind, according to Franklin D. Roosevelt. Good evening, I am Roxanne Castro and I am here to report about freedom. To consider freedom is to ask questions like, what does it take to be free, to have, and to hold liberty? What moral questions did freedom raise for our ancestors? What questions does it raise for us? What does democracy have to do with freedom? And lastly, how should we understand the relationship among freedom, religion, and morality? Now, first, how did freedom start? According to American founders, all men are created equal with certain unalienable rights like life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, or what we call the self-evident truth. But men are separated from their differences. Like, why would they believe that men are created equal? That all should be free. That all deserves a voice in choosing their leaders. Why would any nation consider this a self-evident truth? These questions pled for an answer. Man is rational and therefore, like God, he is created with free will and is master over his acts. Now, let's talk about the definition of freedom. Freedom is the power rooted in reason and will to act or not to act, to do this or that, and so to perform deliberate actions on one's own responsibility. By free will, one shapes one's own life. Human freedom is a source for growth and maturity in truth and goodness. It attains perfection when directed toward God and beatitude. The more one does what is good, the freer one becomes. There is no true freedom except in the service of what is good and just. The choice to disobey and to do evil is an abuse of freedom and leads to the slavery of sin. Freedom also goes hand in hand with responsibility. In conclusion to my report, freedom is the power to act or not to act, and so to perform deliberate acts of one's own. It characterizes properly human acts, which makes human responsible for acts of which he is a voluntary agent. The right to the exercise of freedom is an unalienable requirement of man's dignity. And I end my report by a verse I got from Galatians chapter 5 verse 1. For freedom, Christ has set us free. Thank you.